All right, if you're tuning in for help, you have this paper in front of you called Find Foods, and we're trying to answer the riddle, what does Italy produce that no other country produces? And so today we are dividing with decimals. So I'm going to get you started on the first couple, and then I'm going to leave the rest of the assignment up to you to complete independently. So the very first thing I want to do is put my name on my paper, and then I'm going to give myself a title called Find Foods. Now this paper is a little different than Wednesday's assignment because today we're dividing, but we don't have these zeros that we were working with on Wednesday. So I'm going to build my house, and I have the number 10 and 35 hundredths, or $10.35, and we're dividing by the number 3. So if I don't know my threes, then I want to make a count by 3, and I'm going to let you do that on your own if you need to. But otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and just pop up my decimal, and I'm going to begin dividing. So I'm thinking to myself, how many groups of 3 are in 1? If I just have one group, can I get a group of 3 out of that? And the answer is no. So I'm going to put a 0 there. I'm going to move my finger over, and I'm thinking now about having 10 dots. If I have 10 dots, how many groups of 3 would I be able to circle? Would that be 1, 2, 3? I'd be able to circle 3 groups. And 3 groups of 3 would give me the number 9. After I multiply, I'm then going to subtract 10 minus 9, which will give me 1. And I would simply bring down the next number, which is 13. So now I'm thinking about having 13 dots. How many groups of 3 could get me close to 13? So if I count by 3s, 3, 6, 9, 12, 12 would be 4 groups. So 4 would go on top, and 4 times 3 would give me the number 12. And 13 minus 12 would give me 1 left over. The very next thing I would do would be to bring down the number 5. So now I have the number 15, and I'm thinking about how many groups of 3 could get me to 15. Well, I don't have 15 listed, but I do know 5 times 3 will give me 15. So the number that goes on top is the number 5. The number that goes on the bottom is the number 15. And 15 minus 15 is 0. So I'm going to go back over to my answer, and I'm going to write the answer, $3.45. Now for this particular riddle, what you're going to be doing is write the letters in order from the star to the bottom right corner that are not shaded in. So every time you get an answer up here that's shaded, you're going to block it out. So I'm going to block this out, and I'm simply going to go on to the next number. Letter B is 24 and 20 hundredths, and we're dividing by the number 4. So we're going to pop up the decimal, and we're thinking about groups of 4. So when I think about the number 2, so let me go ahead and make my quick top-bottom chart. One group of 4 is 4. 2 groups would give me 8. 3 groups would give me 12. 4 groups would give me 16. 5 groups would give me 20. 6 groups would give me 24. 7 groups would give me 28. 8 groups would give me 32. And 9 groups would give me 36. So how many groups of 4 will get me close to 2? Well, there aren't any, so I'm going to put a 0 there. I'm going to simply move over and think about how many groups of 4 would get me to 24. So I'm going to scan and get as close to 24 as I can. And the number 6 goes on top. And 6 times 4 is going to give me 24, so I'm going to slide that right underneath. And 24 minus 24 will give me 0. I need to bring down my next number, and it's 2. How many groups of 4 will get me to 2? Well, there isn't any. So I would have to put that 0 placeholder right here, and then I would bring down my next number. And we're talking about 20 now. how many groups of 4 will get me to 20? So when I go over and I scan, that number would be 5, and 5 goes on top. 5 times 4 is 20, and 20 minus 20 is 0. So my answer now is $6.05. And I'm going to go to the bottom, and where I see that, I'm going to block that out. Okay? All right, your last one for help is letter C. So we have the number 26 and 50 hundredths, and we're dividing that by 5s. And so because I know my 5s really well, I'm not going to make my top-bottom chart, but if you don't know your 5s, you should probably make one. So we think to ourselves, well, how many groups of 5 will get you to 2? That's like having 2 dots. There are 0 groups. Well, what if I had 26? If I had 26, how many groups of 5 could I circle? Well, that's right. I would circle 5, because 5 times 5 is 25. And 26 minus 25 is 1. So I'd bring down my next number, and that would give me a new total of 15. So how many groups of 5 will get me to 15? 5, 10, 15. That would give me 3 groups. 3 goes on top. 3 times 5 is 15. And 15 minus 15 is 0. But I need to finish this problem out, so I bring down my 0 and ask myself one more question. How many groups of 5 will get me to 0? And the answer is 0. 0 times 5 is 0. So now this problem is completely finished, and I'm going to record my answer, $5.30. And I'm going to go down here and find 530, and I'm going to block this one out. Now when you're done, the ones that you have that are unshaded, you'll start at the star and you'll fill them in one by one, and whatever you have here should answer your riddle. All right, happy solving.